Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Monica, and today I really wanted to go over all of the new Wet n Wild palettes that just released a couple weeks ago. I was able to find all 4 of these in Walgreens, which is amazing for me because none of my local stores really have new drugstore releases. But I went to a newer Walgreens closer to like my boyfriend's house, and they had the best stocked cosmetics section I've ever seen. It was awesome. They had all the kits, they had everything, and they had all of these new palettes right here. For most of these, they were the last one on the shelf, so I think the only one that they had more of was this one, the My Glamour Shot, or my Glamour Squad, excuse me. I think they had 2 of those left, but for the rest of these, I grabbed the last ones on the shelf. So in order to keep this video not ridiculously long, I only did one look with each palette just so you could kind of see how the shades look, especially some of these glitter shades. But before we jump into all of that and swatches, don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you like these kinds of palette reviews, and if you haven't and you'd like to, I really hope you will consider subscribing so you're notified whenever I post a new video every single Monday through Friday. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 4 looks I created with each of these palettes, as well as swatches for each palette. So I am going to have timestamps in the description box, and most likely also in a pinned comment, just so you can jump around if you would like to. But first, let's just quickly go through all 4 of the new palettes. So this palette is called Stop Playing Safe, and I believe these are all supposed to be like dupe-ish palettes. Like, I know later on there are 2 that I have the dupe palette, but this one and the Cosmic Collision, I'm not sure 100% what they're supposed to be duping. I'm getting like Natasha Denona Tropic palette vibes from this, but I'm not 100% sure what this one's supposed to dupe. You've got some nice blues and greens in here, and I really like the way that they have these palettes set up, because you've got like your 2 transition shades, and if you look in the pan, like they actually say transition like scribed on the shade. And I really like how they make those just a little bit bigger, because you are going to use those a little bit more often than the rest of the shades in the middle. But this is just a really well set up palette. So again, this one is called Stop Playing Safe, and on the back they give you a cute little guide about like a basic day look and a basic night look, and they number all the shades, so you can kind of follow that if you want to go with that. They do have a nice look on here, but I didn't look at that at all when I was doing my look. The next palette, like I said, is called Cosmic Collision, and I'm not really sure what it's duping. Maybe it's original, I don't know. If you guys know what these 2 palettes are supposed to be, please let me know down below, because I did have the palettes for the other ones. Again, you've got some nice shades here. I feel like this is just a little bit more of a toned down version of the first palette, the Stop Playing Safe palette, but this one's a lot glittery. A lot more glittery, a lot glitterier. It has a lot more glitter, let's put it that way. These shades right here in the middle look like glitter bombs. They swatch really nicely and they look really nice on the eye, but I did see a little bit of fading by the end of the day with like the glitter shades. Their normal shimmer shades look stunning, really. And I'll talk about which palette that I think is my favorite because of one of their shimmer shades, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But just to let you know, this is the only palette that's got like those glitter bomb shades in it. And this one's called the Cosmic Collision. Next, we have the palette called My Glamour Squad, and this is a dead ringer for the newer ABH Soft Glam palette. Yeah, you see that? I do also do like a zoom in side by side when I do the look with this palette. I didn't go through and swatch like each shade side by side because it's not going to be a color by color dupe. For the most part, they've just captured like the essence of the palette, and I do think it is close enough that if you wanted soft glam but didn't want to pay soft glam money, this is a great option because Wet n Wild's eyeshadow formula is incredible. I love it, and I can go ahead and say across the board that all 4 of these palettes do perform, with the exception of those glitter bomb shades. They perform as good as the rest of their palettes amazingly. So I really do enjoy this palette. I actually like that it's more compact than Soft Glam, and this one's a lot more user friendly because you don't have to deal with the kind of super powdery ABH-ness of the palette. And you've got everything laid out so nicely here. You get a nice matte black from Wet n Wild. You do have to build that up a little bit, but you gotta be careful because you can go overboard quickly. I really love the shimmers in here, and you get some nice mattes. They have 3, like these 3 look a little bit similar. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but really they're all different. And you don't really see any overlap in the shades, which I really appreciate because there are some shades in Soft Glam where don't think we needed all of those, right? But really great palette. And the last palette is called V.I.Purple, like V.I.Purple. And this one is a dead ringer for another Natasha Denona palette. Oh my god, this palette is so big, I'm trying to get it like in frame. So this is the Natasha Denona Lila palette, and then this is the Wet n Wild palette. Yeah. I think Wet n Wild did a great job of just pulling like the essential shades out of this Natasha Denona palette and giving us a nice recreation of it. This is the palette that I'm actually wearing today. I did go fairly neutral because I do have to go to work in a little bit and I can't unfortunately go in with purple all over my eyelids as much as I would like to. So I just have a little bit of the purple smudged on my lower lash line. But these purples look really nice. All three of them, or all three, and then that dark purple are all shimmers, so you're not getting any matte purples if that's what you were looking for in this palette. But they do give you a nice range of matte, transition, and deepening shades. Like if you cover up this kind of top portion right here, you get a nice selection of neutrals, which is also what you get in the Natasha Denona palette. You've got some neutrals up here, you got some down here, you've got a couple in the middle. So again, I feel like this also does a great job of kind of distilling the Natasha Denona palette down to the shades that really made it stand out and kind of left out the rest of the shades that weren't really necessary. Also really enjoy this palette, and I think that Wet n Wild just knocked it out of the park with these palettes. They have an amazing formula and they know it, and they're still affordable. These palettes, they retail for $4.99 each. $4.99. And I was shocked because I could have sworn, like, I thought these were $10 each, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll pick that up for $10. They're $4.99. And you can do coupons. Oh my god. Okay, so before we jump into what I think my favorite palette is, let's jump into the swatches. So those are all of the swatches. I really enjoy all of the shimmers in these palettes. I think they do shimmers so well, and my favorite shimmer comes from the palette that just squeezed out the kind of Soft Glam dupe palette, and this is the Stop Playing Safe palette, because my favorite shimmer is right here. I don't know what number the shade is, but I'm just gonna swatch it. And it looks kind of like a normal yellowy shimmer in the pan. But when you actually swatch this out, I don't know what it is. It's got some nice reflex in it. It gives it a little bit more dimension. I wore this on my lid when I did this look, and it looked just as vibrant and beautiful at the end of the day, after a full 10-hour workday, that it did when I first put it on. And I didn't want to take my makeup off. Like, I was standing in the bathroom and I was like, I don't want to take this off. This looks pretty. So I walked around the house and I was like, look at my eyeshadow. It looks pretty. And because that's the kind of person that I am. If I have too good of a makeup day, I don't really want to take it off. I did take it off, of course. But this shimmer is something that's unique and stands out to me. Someone who has about 100 eyeshadow palettes. This one stands out. And $4.99. These are only $4.99. Jesus. I need to calm down. I'm getting a little too excited over eyeshadow. With that being said, I really do enjoy all these palettes. The only one that I would rank towards the bottom would be the Cosmic palette, just because I'm not a huge fan of those glitter bomb shades. But they're shimmers and they're mattes. Mwah. Mwah. So with all of that out of the way, let's jump into all 4 looks.
you say that we move too fast. Switching up your attitude, making love till you take it back. Pull me close, then you pull away. Now you treat me like a friend. All the wicked games you play, baby, I just can't pretend. Can we go back to that perfect day? We drew the blinds and we felt no shame. Now we're not sure if we feel the same. And I need you to know that I don't wanna spend my whole life waiting on your heart to change your mind. I just need to know if we can make it. It's messing with my head when you keep me on the edge. 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 Go ahead, let me go again. Turn it off, come and turn me on. Haven't we been here before, in the dark before the dawn? Pull me close, then you pull away, then we're back to making amends. All the wicked games you play, baby, I can't stay. Can we go back to that perfect day? We drew the blinds and we felt no shame. Now we're not sure if we feel the same. And I need you to know that I don't wanna spend my whole life waiting on your heart to change your mind. I just need to know if we can make it. It's messing with my head when you keep me on the edge. I don't wanna spend my whole life waiting on your heart to change your mind. I just need to know if we can make it. It's messing with my head when you keep me on the edge. Keep me on the edge. Keep me on the edge. Keep me on the edge.
There will never be another after you. You're the only one that matters. I don't wanna blink when I stare at you. I can barely breathe after. Let the world pass us by. Let the world.
Alright, so those are all of your looks, all of your swatches, your review for these new Wet n Wild palettes that I love. If you can get your hand on these, I would highly recommend it. They're so affordable. I really don't know what the availability in stores is gonna look like because I think I just got super lucky finding them in store. For the most part, anything new that comes out drugstore, I have to either try to find it in Ulta or order online because a lot of my local drugstores don't come out with them. I just got so lucky. Oh my god, I'm so happy. If anything, I might like these even a little bit more than like their original palettes, like the Not a Basic Peach and the Comfort Zone one. I think I like these better. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope if you liked this review, you'll give it a thumbs up, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video tomorrow. Bye.